Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dutch racing competition here at Monaco, the legendary Monaco track, and I am absolutely excited. I love this track. It's going to be, Monaco is one of the oldest Grand Prix. It is. It's been in here since 1950. It was the second race back then. I just need to turn this down a little bit. It's a bit loud, and we're going to have a night race here today, which is awesome. I do love the night races, and Monaco is so exciting because it allows you to have a night race. There on the screen is the lap track. I'm too excited. I love Monaco because it has so much action, and you can see why. This is the track map on your screen. It's so narrow. There's so few overtaking opportunity places, and to find an opportunity to overtake, you just gotta go for it. There's no two ways about it. You just gotta kind of just think your car there and go, please let me through. And then we're gonna go on board then with Jorn, who is, I believe, actually second in the championship. We might actually still be leader. No, I believe he's second. On board with him right now. Let's turn that volume back up so we can actually hear that engine. There we go. As we go through the first corner, Sunday one, up Beau Rivage, up the hill we go, through the sort of the creeping turns, up to the top, turn 3, Massenet, the long left-hander, goes into Casino, the right-hander, and then watch out for that little bump on the left. That is a tree route into the first of the mirror race, turn 5. That's an overtaking down there. It doesn't look like it, but you can send one down the inside of turn 5 into the Grand Hotel hairpin, lowest hairpin, the hairpin, through the Mirror Bass, into Porsche turn 8, and then you get that power down as you go underneath the tunnel, the long turn 9. Officially it's a corner, it's not really, but officially it is a corner. Towards the Nouvelle Chicane, breaking point for that is literally just the crest of that hill. Just as you hit the top, you start braking. That's 2 corners there, through turn 11, turn 10 to back. This is where we can see a few wings just being nudged off, people running a little too wide. Then as we come into the Swimble Complex, 13, 14, 15 and 16. Linking together beautifully into turn 17, Raskas, named after the restaurant on the corner. Interesting if you didn't know. And then final 2 corners, Anti-Nodus, and then towards the line with DRS wide open at this point. 1 DRS straight on this track, and that is where it is. And there you go, that is a hot lap then from Jorn. And now we have a quick look at the standings. And there you go, Meister is still top by 2 points. That is how close it is. Last week it was close on the track. Meister took back the championship lead. There, just chilling in third, followed by Julian, Fevercup, Beaker, Bastard, Fluffy Balls, Dunvedan, and Atomic running at your top 10. It's looking a bit sort of tight in that midfield. Fevercup and Beaker looking tight there. And even closer there, 11th, 12th, and 13th, all on 10 points. That's Livid, Mute, Noosa. Kimmy is on 8, Jumboy on 4, along with Nathan. Dennis there on 2, Charafin on 1, along with, he's told me how to pronounce his name, but I've already forgot it. Anthony was there as well. Williams currently leading the championships by 1 point from Red Bull. Toro Rosso there, 3 points behind. So a nice battle forming for those guys. Then there's a little battle forming between Mercedes and Haas. 4 points between them. Renault just behind on 33. In a little battle with Ferrari and McLaren on 11. And there was some other. And so whilst we're waiting for the race to start, let's have a quick look at that track. That beautiful track. As you can see, there's 1 DRS straight. You can hear the beeping in the background. That just means we're getting close to starting. I can't do anything about that, unfortunately. So there you go. You can see that we've got 1 DRS straight along the home straight. It's not that long. It's about 600 meters, if that. Which is going to just... You've got to be on the ball when you're coming off that final corner. Just to have it in you to go for it. Those corner numbers aren't the same corner numbers. Well, the final 3 corners aren't the same corner numbers I've got, but I'm not too worried about that. So the other opportunity to overtake you've got down into turn 5 at the end of the first sector. Chance there if you get a good drive off Casino turn 4. Other opportunities you've got obviously into the Nouvelle Chicane. That is going to be a key overtaking opportunity down into there. But yeah, we'll see how they do come the race. Let's put up the tyres quickly as you can hear in the background, the qualifying has just started. So there you go, that is the tyre strategies for us. So it's looking like a soft start, and I think we're going to see a lot of softs to mediums. That's going to be the optimal strategy, assuming it's not wet in the race. But yeah, so let us go into the race. And that is loud. Why is everything so loud today? Or is it just me? Might just be me. Everything seems pretty loud for me today. I don't know why. Just one of those days, eh? So, as you can see, qualifying has just started. You've not missed a thing. And I am going to make sure all my telemetry is up and running. Apologies for that screen. I'm just making sure I do have telemetry that gives me up-to-date data on penalties, especially when it comes to the race. I can keep you informed of that. Sometimes I can keep you informed of damage you can't quite see, which is very useful, believe it or not, because there is damage on these cars that you just can't see when you're spectating the drivers. Let's go on board with Noosa. He's leading his teammate out. And yeah, so on board with him. I don't know why everything seems pretty loud for me today. Maybe I'm just having one of those days where everything seems pretty loud. And yes, this is a really short track here at Monaco, and it's going to be so hard to find space during your qualifying run. It's going to be just as hard when it comes to lapping drivers during the race, if it comes to that. We'll see how they do. It's not an easy track by any means. To find opportunities to overtake, there are probably... I mean, there's 3 obvious ones, and there's a few slightly less obvious ones if you're feeling up for the challenge. Obviously, into the first corner, you've got that chance with DRS. You need to get that drive off the final corner to perfection. Mirror the first of the mid-roads, turn 5, coming off Casino. If you've got the drive, again, it's all going to come down to if you've got the drive, and that one you have to sort of just send it and hope the guy gives you a little bit of space. If you carry too much speed, you're going to cause some damage in that corner, that is for sure. And then the slightly easier one is into turn 10, the Nouvelle Chicane. If you get, again, it's going to be so crucial to get the drive off these corners, because I mean, slipstream is going to be quite useful here once you get the speed up anyway. As we're on board with Noosa, you can see this bump there, just avoid that. And this is that overtaking. You just send it down the inside, you've got a chance. There is enough room on the exit, but once you get to here, the positions need to be sorted. It is so hard to go too wide here. Cars actually have their steering, and Julian's getting out of the way. Cars amend their steering for that one corner. There is the only time they change the steering angle on these cars, just for that. All the other circuits have the same steering angle until they come here. Then they have to change it, and Bastard has lost it already. That was whatever that was. That was sector 2. You've got yellows, but yellows are all over the place as people are getting out of the way. I'm going to assume he's just found a little bit of wall as Noosa clips the back end with that car. Clips the back end on the wall. Survives. He's going to lost a little bit of time, but it's still early doors, and definitely lost a fair bit of time there. So we are already down to 16 drivers. It's busted. It got busted, unfortunately. Let's have a look further down. Let's look at that. Oh, big hit the wall there. That is end plate damage for him, that is for sure. And you can see that end plate gone already. So it's just going to be quite difficult, actually. We'll stay with him for a little bit just to see how he handles that front wing damage. It looks like it's a fair bit of damage down there. Maybe that's where Busted had the accident. Dow coming through to back there in turn 12. Obviously, doesn't need to be going full beans at this point, so hopefully we'll make it back in time. Let's see what Julian's doing. He's on the rear of... well, I was about to call him Hedgehog, but it's not quite right. On the rear of Colin. But Colin getting out of the way, and Julian is now unleashed then in that Mercedes. He's coming towards the Nouvelle Chicane. And just flowing through. I do love the Nouvelle Chicane. It's such a hard corner. And at the same time, it's quite an easy corner because there's just nothing in the middle for you. If you make a small mistake, you've got a bit of room, but it's so easy. And I think it's going to be the story of the day is penalties. That is one of the big penalty corners here. That combined with turn 1 and the swimming pool complex as well. Julian trying to hit the signs coming out. And he goes fastest of everyone then. And comfortably fastest, 0.3 out. Did you pick up a bit of damage? I can't tell. It looks like he picked up a bit of damage. No, he seems right actually. So he survived that kiss with the wall. And there's another kiss to the wall for him. Let's have a look at Atomic. He's just coming towards the line. He's in mode 0. He's in the pits. Never mind. Where's Beaker? He's in the tunnel. In that Williams. He needs to get himself a good place. Monaco so important to be starting near the front. You really want to be starting, well, quite honestly, as far forward as possible or as far back as possible. You don't want to be in the midfield. Being in the midfield, going to turn 1 means you've got more of a chance of being hit from behind as you are hitting someone in front of you. Obviously, you started towards the back, you've eliminated one section, and so we're starting at the front. But we'll see how they do. Beaker going to come across the line, avoiding cars coming out of the pits, and goes 6th fastest then with a 9.9. Okay, let's have a look further back. It's been all action so far. Doctor is out there on the mediums. See how he does. He's going through the hairpin right now. And so I do have telemetry with me, sorry, to keep me informed. Oh, big hit the wall there for Doctor. Has he survived? He has survived. So yeah, I do have telemetry here. Next to me I can see deltas and things that are happening. The fastest, theoretical fastest lap is a 9.241 as Meister hit the fastest first sector to be beaten by Julian. Oh, Doctor! That is not what the Doctor ordered. Not in the slightest. Is he going to finish the lap and just get a time on the board? No, he's not. He's sticking this one in the pits. Where's Char? He's just started. Let's stay on board with him for a little bit. So yes, Julian currently sitting pole 9.437, and Jorn is not too far behind, less than a tenth as it stands, and he's on his way into the pits, as is Julian. I suspect actually, yes, because Julian's sector 2 time is 3 seconds faster than the purple time, so he's obviously cut out a corner somewhere to do that. As you follow on board, then we try to come through the swimming pool complex. These corners, I think the whole thing of this circuit is summed up quite simply as: if it goes right, it looks beautiful. If it goes wrong, it is horrid. The flow of the corners, it is just beautiful. But you make one small mistake and it just ends up as a nightmare, as Jar goes 9th fastest to 10.55. Let's have a look back down the dial. Still going to go for it, see what time he's going to put up. Still no time from him. He just needs to get a time and he will be guaranteed one position at least from busted. And he's going to go for the line. He's looking good. And he's done a 11.878. So again, at least he's got a time on the board. Moves him up one place, as I just saw a big shunt there. That was just chilling, moving up. Dan Verdan coming towards the line. He's just run out of VRS. As he gets there, goes P4 as Fluffy Balls comes towards the final couple of corners. On his second run, let's see what he can do then in the Haas. And it is up to P5 for him then. So not too bad. Could have been better. Dan Verdan actually hit the fastest first sector of the qualifying so far, so that was good from him. And let's see how... Again, I mentioned earlier, he told me how to pronounce his name. I listened to the video. I tried to remember it, and then I forgot how to pronounce his name properly. So he is Anthony. I can only apologise. Okay, mate. No need to take out the wall, so get your name wrong. I do, yeah. Obviously, there's a lot of Dutch names here. I'm not Dutch, as you can probably tell. So I ain't going to pronounce names wrong. I struggle with English names half the time, in all fairness. So Anthony is coming to back. He definitely has front left damage there. But can he improve? I'm going to guess the answer is no, because he's not gone green in either first two sectors. And he quite rightly brings it into the pits, and that is the end of him. Let's have a look at Meister. Actually, let's have a look at Jorn. Jorn's gone fastest in the first sector. Sorry, Meister, you've been outdone as it stands. It is close, but Jorn is looking pretty so far, coming towards the Nouvelle Chicane. Long second sector. Second sector ends in the middle of the swimming pool complex and starts just before turn 5. So 3 corners to go for the end of this sector. We'll see how he does. As I say that, he's just gone faster than the second sector. This, if you can nail this final couple of corners, this should be provisional pole then for Jorn. As Meister goes fastest, but I think this is going to be even faster. Jorn coming towards the line. And there you go. Pole position as it stands, and a big lead. Nearly 2 tenths faster than Meister, and that is a quick time. That is the fastest in all 3 sectors we've had today, and deservedly sitting at the top of the timing boards. Oh, Beaker, sorry for coming on to board to watch you at that point. He's definitely got no front wing on that car. Let's have a look somewhere else quickly. Absolute coming up to where Beaker just was on a fly. Hopefully he's not going to catch the rear end of that Williams. Oh, another clip of the wall there for Absinthe. And Funnel, a couple of corners coming up for him. No, he's bringing that one in the pits. So then, Colin has just started. Julian is also out, actually. Let's start ball with Colin for a moment. Julian has just set the fastest first sector. If he does that in a second, we will switch over as soon as possible. And stay on board with Colin, just see how he's getting on. We do watch the top drivers. We tend to watch the top drivers more than we watch the bottom drivers, but we should pay attention to all the drivers equally. If someone's going to put in a pole time, we kind of want to watch it. Let's just see Colin go through this corner as we'll then switch on over to Julian as he's coming through to back into the swimming pool complex. Is he going to get purple sector 2? He's not, but he's not far down. Can he put this provisional pole? He's had a decent first sector, slightly slower second sector by a 10th down. He might be P2. I don't think it's going to be P1 unless he nails that. Funnels corners. And it is... oh, slight improvement, but not enough. Very slow final sector. We're talking 3/10, 2/10 slower in that final sector than Meister was. He does have the fastest first sector, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see someone go into the 108s. Dow is back out, and down there, still in 16th, but not last. And we'll see what he can achieve as we come towards the Nouvelle Chicane. Throwing it in quite tentatively, but yeah. So, coming through Swimpool Complex, flowing corners. I'm going to sing the praises for this race all day long until we actually get into the race. It's one of the tracks you look at and go, how is this still on the circuit? It's beautiful, don't get me wrong, I do love the whole track until it comes to race day when you actually have to try and pass people as Dow goes P13. As we've seen in the past few years, it's so hard to overtake on this track. I mean, we had Danny Rick with half an engine basically and still couldn't be overtaken. Lewis on dying tyres this year still couldn't be overtaken. It's just the problems with this track as Favorite backs out of his lap. This of course, a bit of sliding from him. It is a lovely track, and the whole glitz and glamour that go with it is great to watch. Celebrities on the grid, it's wonderful. But it's a terrible racetrack. That's the only problem with it. I mean, I've spent a good few hours looking at the surrounding area. As Fluffy Ball comes across the line, goes P5. I spent a few hours looking at the area around to see what could be done. But because it's so built up, there's nothing that you can really do to save Monaco as a track, I don't think. Time will tell whether they can do anything. So let's see, we are 4 minutes left of this session now. Absinthe is out on track. Let's go on board with him as he's coming towards that Nouvelle Chicane. And through to back. Lovely corner, don't run too wide. Right on the limit there was Absinthe. That's a lovely camera angle. In that racing point, coming up to Raskas. Named after, there you go, there's the restaurant in the corner. And he brings this into the pits, backs out of that. So we are pretty much at that time again, the calm before the storm. We've got 3 minutes 20-ish of qualifying left, and people are just getting into the pits, or just on their way out. And we will see how they get on. Atomic is one of the first cars. Colin's just behind him, and Doctor's just behind that. So Atomic will be the first one to start his final lap. Well, I say final lap. He does have a chance to do another one after this. Just needs to keep it clean until that start line. Yorn is back out. Can he get... Oh, the theoretical fastest time is in the 108s now. We're 108.897, so call it 108.9. That is the theoretically fastest lap. And the track is starting to get busier and busier. cool temperatures out there. Air temperature of 15, track of 21. With a nice bit of light cloud at the moment. But Atomic is going to be the first one to finish. Here's one of his last laps. He does have the opportunity to go again if he wishes. It's whether or not he wants to. He will have to start the race on those slightly old tyres if he gets inside the top 10. Just come up to the tunnel, just hear these cars. I mean, then yes, okay, they're not as good as the older cars. They're nice, proper roars of a V8. They're still enjoyable sounds. So, Atomic Joe coming towards the end of sector 2. Was that a little too aggressive on that corner? And nonetheless, he looks like he's going to have to go towards the line. Going to run out of ERS before he needs a little bit more. That could be crucial. He's going to come across the line and go up to P8 then. But I suspect that might be knocked down. Beaker is on a lap. He's just started. Where is Yawn? Yawn's gone purple in sector 1. And let's come back to him in a moment. Let's see where Doctor is. He's coming up to the final. He's through the final corner towards the line. Can he get off the bottom? And he can, but only as far as 15th. But he does have another lap if he's going to go for it. And let's go back on board then with Yawn. Yawn is increasing his time, but I've just seen a fast lap coming from Julian. He's gone faster in sector 1 as Yawn has backed out. Let's go on board with Julian. He's just coming up to 48. Could Julian steal this pole position from Yawn? Yawn has backed out of his first lap. He's going to go again. He's got the time for it. This is yellow. Oh, who's that? Anthony retires. So there was a Williams back there. Who was that? That's Beaker. What's he done? He's ruined it all. And Beaker, I don't think he's going to improve. No, he's pretty much out. Just needs to, was disqualified for. In all honesty, he's disqualified for pissing about. Sorry to be brutally honest there. Not the most PC language, but that's what you get for just doing that. Julian improves, but not enough. What's he? Okay. Okay, Julian, you're right there, mate. Meister. So Julian is out. He's done. Beaker disqualified for doing donuts by the looks of things. And there's Yawn getting out of the way. Yawn just backs out again. Oh, that's all on Meister. He hasn't gone faster in sector 1. He's not gone faster in sector 2. I don't think this is going to be fast enough then for Meister. I think this is Yawn to take this. Meister coming up to the final corner. I don't think he's going to do it. He's down in the first 2 sectors. And this has got a mighty final sector. It does improve, but not a big enough improvement. And he's going to be starting P2 as Noosa is in the pits. And that is all she wrote. We're just waiting for Noosa now really to retire. And there we go. So it's going to be Yawn starting in the front ahead of his championship rival. So crucial here. He needs to nail the start though. It's all about the start. We'll have a quick final rundown then of those qualifying positions in a moment. There we go. So confirmation there. Yawn starting at the front. 0.16 clear of Meister. Pretty far ahead there. For a track like this, that's only 1.9 long. No one in the 1.8s, unfortunately. I thought we were going to have one. Just chilling in third, followed by Julian, Dan Verdan, Fluffy Balls, Char, Atomic, Fifgamp, and Absinthe running out your top 10. And just outside, Noosa, Anthony, Colin, Dow, Doctor, Bastard, and Beaker getting that disqualification for, well, I think only he knows what he was doing there. I would ask him, but I might be told to do one. But it is time, and it is race time, and we are now just going to wait up for all the drivers to just make those final changes to their setup, get themselves in, and we will be underway momentarily. Apologies for that screen. I just want to do something on my other screen while we wait. Just rearrange things a little bit just so I can have. There we go. That's all I was after. There we go. Right, so we're still waiting for everyone to ready up. 10 seconds away. And then we'll be in the race. And hopefully Julian has managed to fix his brake pedal. Apparently he said he brakes failed or brake pedal broke. So let's see. We're gonna have. I wonder how many pit stops we're gonna have after this first lap. I've watched so many Monaco races, and sometimes it's 0, sometimes it's like 5. I reckon there's gonna be 3 pit stops at the end of the first lap, and it's just interesting to see what everyone goes for tyre wise. Those outside top 10 do get that free choice, and Beaker actually will. I reckon Beaker might start on hards, but it's an interesting call. It's either it's not going to start on hards, is he? It's either softs or mediums that you're going to start on. Hards is a bit of a long shot. But we shall see. We're just waiting for everyone to ready up. Hopefully it's not going to be much longer. Please. And the fans think it's going to be... Oh, I thought fans were suggesting it's going to be 5 stops. A 5-stop race. I wouldn't be surprised if someone did a 5-stop race. They might not get in the points though, unless there are only 10 cars finishing. I apologise for this though. I'm not entirely sure what is going on. Kind of taking a little bit longer than normal. Apologies. Beaker's left the session. We're having a rehost. Unfortunately, because I'm not in all the right channels on the Discord, because I don't understand half the things that go on, it does look... Well, Beaker's left. Is he coming back in? I'm kind of just sitting here waiting to see a bunch of people leave, or someone to PM me and say, we're restarting the lobby. It's a bit of guesswork from me, so apologies. I'm just trying to see. Let me just... I'm just PMing people to see what is happening. But it looks like people are leaving the session, so I think we are having a lobby rehost. Based on the fact that a few people have left, yeah, we are having a rehost. So apologies for this. A minor delay. And we should be underway again shortly. And hopefully everything will be sorted pretty darn quickly. Yeah, so, well, while you guys are waiting, esports qualification 2020 is up, and it's 2 times CP. You got 3 days to do the esports qualification in Japan. Not entirely sure what's doing. I don't want to take part. Please don't make me take part. Not entirely sure what you need to do. Finish 6th or higher. Don't really know what else you got to do. But some interesting names on that leaderboard at the moment. Sign leading from Fribis Denosa. Right. I'm still waiting for an invite to the lobbies. Hopefully it won't be much longer and we will be back underway. I might just put some music on and meet up for a little bit just to pass the time. I don't think I have a be right back screen. I don't. Oh well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll stick the track map back up. There we go. So there's the track map. Apologies for this delay. I'm going to put some music on. I wish we're back hopefully within the next few minutes. And yeah, so let's do that. I should be back in a bit. The delay to all that. Obviously, lobby's having issues. We can only do so much. So we are back underway. I'm just getting everything set up on my end, which I now have done. As a way for all the drivers to get their stuff set up. Obviously, beneficial for those starting in the top 10, they do get fresh tyres now. So they will have a little bit of helping hand with that. Obviously, it's supposed to use the same setup, but sometimes people don't, and there's nothing really you can do about that, unfortunately, for them. Well, unfortunately for others, and fortunately for those who do want to make those minor changes. Unfortunately, that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Lobbies have issues, nothing we can do about it, but we'll be back racing again any moment as we just wait for everyone to get those setups on, get those tyres on, get the fuel done. And there we go, we are now on grid for the formation lap. And let's have a quick look at the aforementioned tyre situation then. So there you go, everyone in the top 10 have to start what they qualified on, so that is obviously softs. Those outside, free choice. We've got 4 on the mediums and 3 on the softs. So that, yeah. So that's going to make things interesting. We're going to watch Beaker try and carve his way through the field and see if he can make his way up towards getting at least some points here today. Getting disqualified in qualifying's not good for him, but hopefully he's just had that little extra time just to calm his head a little bit, just to sort of reset, and we'll see if he can get going again in the race. Hopefully that time will be beneficial for him. So let's go on board quickly with Yawn, our current race leader, second in the championship coming into this race. Only 2 points behind Meister. A win here would see him take that lead back, and he'll be very, very happy with that. But will Meister from behind, will he be able to come past? We are in the Jeff battles again. Last week Ravenduck wasn't here. Raggy effectively took an uncontested win if you think about it, but I'm not giving it to him. So coming into this race, it is 3-0 to Ravenduck. Ravenduck is the Jeff of Jorn and Meister, 2 Shazoo boys. He is also a Shazoo race engineer himself. And Raggy takes control of Just Chillin' and Beaker, the 2 Williams boys. And still to pick up a contested win, I'm going to say. He may have got a technical win last week, but I ain't counting it. Don't think Ravenduck will count it either. But we're now on grid. Starters, orders. There we go. That's what I was looking for. A front view. And 5 red lights are on. And they're off. And we're off then for the Dutch racing competition, Monaco Grand Prix. And Jorn is leading. Just he's got down the inside there of Meister. And he's going to almost lead him as everyone's trying to come through that early corner. And already under pressure, Julian is trying to come after Dan Vidan. And into turn 3. Let's have a quick look further back this way. We can see a lot of the action because I think he's just playing it calm, but he's actually got front right damage there. Look at that, missing a load of damage, load of wing on that front right. He's going to have to struggle to close it down, and everyone, constant Cena effect there. One person having issues causes everyone to have issues. Again, more constant effect, and that Speaker trying to go around the outside there, Doctor, and Doctor just coming across his line saying, look, you ain't coming through here. A lot of damage then going to be applied. How many pit stops are we going to have? No one knows. I predicted 3 earlier. Others predicted 5. Based on how this has started, 5 could be the right number. So Beaker's definitely got damage. Will he pit though? That's a different matter altogether. A few others are going to be losing end plates. But coming towards the end then on lap 1, it is Jorn leading from Meister. Just Chilling. He's now coming under pressure from Dan Vidan with Julian just behind him as well. These times will sort themselves out properly at the end of this lap. So there's 1 pit stop. There's 2. Are we going to see 3? There's 3. There we go. Who's right? I'm right. So Julian trying to get past Dan up there for 4th place. It is still, I said, they're starting to actually have a little lead there. Charles managed to have a good start. Let's have a look at the positions gained. Not a lot of big gains. Obviously busted up a few. Absent down, and so is Dow, but mostly just 1 position changes here, there and everywhere. And that's, well, the Char is now starting to fall back off the battle for the podium places. He's still hovering around as Julian is trying to find a way past Dan. That'll be for P2. Let's have a look further. That's one. Let's have a quick look further back. Obviously these gaps aren't 100% correct, but that one is pretty darn close. That's the 2 McLaren boys coming close together and busted from behind, looking to try and make a move there on Colin. And I suspect, based on what I can see next to Beaker's name, so he's going to try and take those hards to the end of the race. It's not going to be out of the realms of possibility. He will be getting rather painful as another pit stop there. That is Anthony coming in, and he will be most likely looking to get a wing change. Yes, he is. That's definite wing damage on that car. Front left is missing a chunk. And these times now source themselves out. So busted, it's on the back of Colin. And Jorn is starting to get a little bit of a lead out there. And Meister's starting to pull away from Justine. So front lot is starting to spread out just a little bit. Julian is hanging around the back end of Dan Vidan there for 4th. They're on board here with Busted and Colin battling out for 11th place. Might not mean points, but it could towards the end of the race. And any overtake you can get at any point is going to be so crucial. Julian is looking close. Vivian picking up a 3-second penalty early on lap 3. That is not the best start for him. As Buster's looking, trying to make Colin make mistakes. Colin made a bit of a mistake there, but corrected himself. Nudge on Busted. Hopefully it's not caused Busted any damage. There's definite will to wing contact there. And Busted is all over the back then of this McLaren. He's going to look to make a move on the home straight. DRS has been activated, so here is his chance. Colin comes in the pits anyway, and that's an easy overtake effectively for Busted. And a little late on DRS there, but Julian is up on the back end. He has rev limiter bug, so apologies for him. I can't really stay on board for too long with him. And he's all over the back end, but there's one thing to be all over the back end of another guy at Monaco. It is another thing to find an overtaking opportunity. Yeah, especially if your driving front is so close. I'm just going to get that little bit of slipstream. As Dan gets from just him. Meanwhile out front, Jorn has a 1.2 second lead. Meister's 1.8 seconds clear of just who's coming under pressure now from Dan. Dan has a problem in front of him and a problem behind him. If he doesn't defend against Julian, he may lose Julian. If he overly attacks just Julian, he may lose out. And if he rotates the car like that, he may lose out as well. And as he compromises his line there, he looked to be a little out of shape coming off that corner. Julian is sizing up. He does have DRS, or both have DRS, but Julian can't do anything about it just yet. Let's have a look. Furthercamp and Fluffy Balls, they are nose and tail together, those two. Dow as well on Colin. Softs versus hards. Let's stay with this as we come up towards the. Just down, bouncing off those walls. Has he picked up damage? He has. There's a lot of damage on that car. A lot of damage. And he's going to be passed by anything momentarily, I suspect, if he doesn't get in the pit soon. And now is in. So is Anthony. Oh, Anthony, 5-second speeding penalty in the pit lane. I think this is going to be another wing. It's going to be. Yes, it is. Hopefully, everyone's brought plenty of wings here today. They are needed. As Vivian and Fluffy Balls getting close. Charles still ahead of them. Back up quite well here. Knowing it's so hard to overtake. And all Charles needs to do is pit before these guys. And he may end up still being ahead after their pit stop. He's just got to block the undercut. Because these guys behind him are going to be wanting to get past. Yellow flag in sector 3. Ooh, big lot of damage there on that wall. Who was that? Was that a Julian? Must be. Oh, that is a huge amount of damage on that Mercedes. Huge. He's had an absolutely catastrophic final corner and has no front wing left. So he's got a ball with chance. Seeing how he handles this. Is Julian going to get nicely out of the way and let cars through? Yes, he is. He's backed off that and allows them to easily go through, which is the right thing to do. If you can't really battle someone because you end up going to risk your own race and their race because you just got no front wing, it is the right thing to do to get out of their way. And Julian then is going to be struggling this race. He's going to, well, if he can get in soon, then he might be okay. He might not drop to the very back. And Noosa is going to come through as well. So we've seen some overtakes here. Whether or not they are completely normal, doesn't matter. And yellow flag though, who's caused that? It's now gone all green, so I'm not too worried. The Fluffy Balls on the rear char. These soft tyres. A few more laps left on them, and then they'll be coming into the pits. Probably in the next 5-6 laps, I thought. Now with a 3-second penalty to his name down there in 17th. As Julian finally gets it back to the pits. He's going to go for the hards. And we'll see how he gets on. And so let's see. I don't know how easy this is going to be because I don't think I'm going to be able to see this, but you guys will be able to see it. Let's have a quick look at the tyre strategy. There you go, on screen right now. That's what we're expecting to see from these drivers. Annoyingly, I can't see it myself. But there we go. So that is the side strategy which we can see. as Beaker makes a move further back on Colin. And there you go. So, I do have strategies. So lap 11 is the expected pitting window for softs to go onto the mediums. So we'll see how they handle. For going on to the hards, they are stopping any moment now, which has worked out well for Julian. He has made that pit stop and come out on fresh hards. I'm going to look to take those to the end, along with Beaker, Colin and Doctors, as long as they can avoid damage between now and then. And I think Julian and Maester must have had an issue somewhere. He's dropped back. He's now 4 seconds off the lead. Not sure what's going on there. I don't see any damage on that car. I can't get the right view, but my telemetry says 0 damage. And Justin is all over the back of him, along with Dan. Yeah, I mean, Maester's car looks fine. Maybe he's just had a small issue and just gone slightly deep into a corner. But this has worked out really well for Jorn. He's got a nice little lead. 4.5 seconds. Maester is dropping like a stone now. Let's see. His first sector was about 1.5 tenths difference. Second sector, Jorn's just done a 35.2. Maester is going to come and do a 35.3. So again, he's not that much slower, but he's not keeping up with the pace of Jorn. And how long is it before Maester has to pit? His rear tyres are looking rather worn. They're over the 50% mark. I don't have data for Jorn, unfortunately. But Just Chilling is there on the back end of Championship leader. And Just Chilling looking, trying to bide his time maybe. Maybe he's thinking, when can I come in for the undercut? His engineer will be in his ear, just yelling at him, look, Maester's slipping back, get past him. Yeah, because this is almost ruining a chance that Just Chilling has, and Dan has catching up to Jorn. Jorn is now 5.1 seconds clear, gaining another tenth of a second in the first sector. Second sector coming to an end now, and he's gained over half a second in the second sector alone. Maester's tyres are shot. He's going to bring this in because he's losing so much time. He's staying out for a little bit longer. So Jorn's lap was a 13.6. Maester's lap 14.6. He's just lost a whole second in one lap, and obviously that then has effect on Just Chilling Dan behind. They've lost a second to, or just over a second to Jorn as well. As Vivica drops into the pits. Let's have a little look at Fluffy Balls and Sharifin. It's still battling as they were, and a quick look at the position changes so far. So we are still early. We've had a few pit stops, we've had a few damages. Busted looking good. He's up 7 places so far. Oh, Vivica, 5 second penalty for a corner cut. That is a big corner cut. Where was he? That must have been the first corner. He's obviously just taken that a little bit too tight, and as such has picked up a big penalty to his name. He'll serve that if he stops again. If he doesn't, he'll be handed that at the end of the race. And I just need to remember that he has that penalty. Let's go back at Fluffy Balls and Char. Still not pitting just yet. There we go. Maester has finally pitted, and so is Just Chilling. Dan Verdane goes through and does not pit. So let's have a quick look up at the pit stops. Let's see where Maester is. He's on his way out now. He's on those mediums. Just Chilling pulls into his box. I don't think he's going to get out ahead. And should Just Chilling have pitted last lap to try and get the undercut on Maester? I think the answer to that was probably yes. But if your tyres are shot and the guy in front of you pits, you can't really do much about it. And Just Chilling pushing the extent of those track limits on the yellow lines. But he's come out 1.2 seconds behind Maester. Let's see, Noosa and Atomic. Oh, Atomic's gone deep into the corner. Noosa's got a chance to come here, but can't make use of it. He's yellow in sector 3, sorry. Not entirely sure who that was. But Noosa is trying. Is he going to get the drive off here? Atomic is still ahead of him. It is softs versus mediums. Dow has retired. And that looks like a pit stop retirement to me. So that's all good. Shouldn't cause any issues. Hopefully he's not going to get ejected right into the path of anyone. Let's have a look up towards the front. Where's... See where Dan's coming to the pit, so we won't get a good view of that, unfortunately. Let's flick back to Noosa and Atomic. Atomic on 10 lap old softs, Noosa on 10 lap old mediums, and Noosa's going to take that position. And that is Atomic coming into the pits. Did he survive without any damage on that final corner? I think it might be touch and go. He's brought it into the pits. He appears to be fine. I think he just will to board issues there. But Meister now up onto the back end of Noosa. Jorn's going for a long opening stint. He's got to be coming in this lap. Those tyres are not going to be sitting pretty. And that's Dow's car getting well out of the way, unfortunately. Hopefully that's not going to cause a safety car. He did retire in the pit lane, so you would thought his car would get taken away in the pit lane. But it's taken the whole way until corner 5 for the car to be pulled off to the side of the track. Noosa now, I think this is a let-by for Meister. It definitely looks that way. Colin gets a 3-second penalty to his name. Meister goes on through up into P2 as Jorn pits from the lead. Let's go have a look. He's got to go on to mediums. There's no other choice about it. And where's his pit? Oh, there's his pit crew. What's going on here? Hopefully, oh, there we go. It's just the visual bug. Don't panic. Don't panic. So just Shane gets past Noosa as well, so resumes his battle with Meister. Where is Meister in relation to Jorn? It is... Well, there goes Jorn up the hill already. So Meister will have... Yeah, he's climbed back a little bit at that time. He was about 7 seconds when he pitted. But he's still 2.6 seconds clear is Jorn, and it is looking pretty then for the Toro Rosso driver. He just needs now to get those tyres warmed up, and he will do a great job if he can hold on for now. As the gaps are starting to widen a little bit. Closest gap we got back in P11 and 12. That's Julian on the hards versus Atomic on the fresh mediums. Both of these guys are going to the end. Julian having come in earlier than he wanted after picking up massive amounts of damage on that car, and is such having to go onto the hards. All these strategies will probably work their way out towards the end of the race. It's just this sort of stage where someone's on fresh mediums shouldn't have any problems of catching up. And, well, I say it shouldn't have any problems. It is Monaco at the end of the day. It's all well and good that you can catch up, but you've got to catch up and pass. That's the hard part, the passing. So we'll see if Atomic can do anything about it. So, DRS then coming for Atomic. Julian won't have any. We'll have a little bit of slipstream then from Busted in front of him, and he's actually done a great job defending. He's pulled away and comfortably ahead of Atomic for now. The Haas behind is going to try and find something in that car. It's going to take, I think it's going to take a big effort for Atomic to get past here. Julian, well, I mean, if Julian does things like that, then it's not going to be too hard. But Julian is by no means a slow driver, and Atomic needs to make use of these mediums and get past the driver in front. Interesting enough, Jorn went fastest first sector of the race so far on his last lap. I don't suspect we'll see a faster lap, but we may. Coming towards the line in a moment. And no, we're not going to see a fastest lap. It's pretty darn close. His last lap was a 12.2. The fastest lap is by him. It's a 12.168. So he did a very, very quick lap, half a second faster than Meister. Has Meister got any answer to Jorn's pace here today? I think we know the answer to that so far, and the answer to that is no. This is Jorn's race to lose, in all honesty, at this point. 3.169 ahead. And I think from this point he can almost just control the pace. And the only thing Meister can really hope for now is that Jorn makes a mistake and has a little kiss with the wall. But Atomic is trying to catch up to Julian. Let's go up ahead quickly as Dan is on the back end of Noosa. Noosa 14 laps in on those medium tyres. He got out of the way for other drivers. He's going to get out of the way for Dan. Got a yellow flag here. That's gone, so that's good. Noosa locking up, so is Dan Verdan. And Noosa's definitely not getting out of the way this time. He knows he has the pace to match Dan. And Dan is eyeing him up as we go up Beaurivage towards Masselet. Dan's trying to go round the outside. That's a risky move. And that's definitely led by there. That's Noosa just letting Dan pass, knowing why should I fight this? I'm just holding him up at this point in time. And so Noosa dropping back down to P5. Let's a little look further back. Busted and Char and Absinthe all battling for 8th, 9th and 10th once again. Absinthe on very old medium tyres. The yellow in sector 2. As I've just seen again, Jorn has set the fastest first sector. Not so fast second sector, but still pretty darn quick as Doctor is out then of the race. And wonder where that is. We've got flags around here. Let's see, is Buster going to make any moves? No, he's not. Let's go back on board with Anthony and see if we can see where Doctor. That's pit stop timing then for Doctor. And Jorn does go faster. Fastest lap of the race so far. Stamping his heel to say, I am winning this race. Nearly 0.7 of a second faster that lap than Meister. And Jorn, as much as you want to see fast lap after fast lap, you don't want to take too much out of those tyres. Especially if you are racing for a championship. As Char and Absinthe are getting close. Buster's hanging there, wanting to slice this, and they look closer than they were. Atomic and Julian also battling behind for 11th and 12th. They will gain places though when people are ahead of them pit. So this is likely to be the battle for the last 2 points places. And let's have a look up at Char and Absinthe. As Vivka is getting close to the back end of Noosa. Noosa's most likely going to let him through, but never guaranteed that the guy in front's going to just move out your way. And Vivka is still there on the back of him. Let's have a look. Char and Absinthe, they are not going to be passing each other this time around. I keep looking over at my telemetry app and I keep seeing purple sectors come up for Jorn. It's just different sectors each time. Char gets a different thing popping up on my screen, and it's a 3-second penalty to his name. But Jorn hit the fastest final sector of the race so far last lap. Again, half a second faster overall than Meister. It is looking good than the Toro Rosso driver. And I think if I say that one more time, he's jinxed, so I cannot say it anymore. Noosa and Vivka swap places, no surprise there. Fluffables is in the action as well. But I think after Fluffables goes, Noosa will not be getting out of the way. Now we're doing everything he can to hold on to the back of these guys, just to help them. Hope he pulls them forward. He's got a nice lead over Absinthe, who's doing a similar sort of strategy to him back there in 8th place. Let's have a look. Busted and Char still trying to find a way past Absinthe. And just chilling up as well on the rear end of championship leader in 2nd place. Which is Meister. And I can give a quick rundown in a moment. Fluffables is on the back of Noosa's. Noosa's going to slide away again. You always expect him to do it. Oh, Fluffables has tried to make the overtake. Noosa's not giving up the beans just yet. Yellow flag in sector 3 once again. Probably just people touching the wall and losing it slightly. Is it Anthony? He's not in sector 3. It's not Colin. Might have been Beaker, but it should be okay. Actually, I think it might have been Anthony. He just lost a few seconds on that last lap. Jorn with a big penalty to his name. And we'll do a quick rundown of those penalties for you in a moment. Let's have a look where Fluffy Balls is and Noosa. Let's see if there's an overtake here. Noosa's definitely not letting Fluffy Balls through. Or is Fluffy Balls just not pressurising enough? Noosa locks up a little bit. As Charifin not going to be making a move this time on 19th. So a quick penalty rundown for you then. Yawn out front has a 3 seconds to his name in 5th place. Noosa has, not Noosa, Fifth has 3 seconds to his name. Then Charifin has 3. And Hedgehog, or Colin Hedgehog, sorry. Colin has 3, as does Anthony. I believe there's also a 5-second out there for someone. Oh, I can't remember who it is. But someone out there has a 5-second penalty. We'll find that out as they get to the end. It's someone who has stopped, but that is a fair few people. So as it stands, Yawn will still take the lead. He's 6.7 seconds clear of Meister. And again, just pulled out 7/10 on that last lap. I mean, what is... Let's have a look at Yawn, just see how he's doing. He's got to be... I mean, ERS is still looking good. I don't have fuel data, but that can't be too bad on him. Because it's not flashing yellow. And coming up to the line, let's see. So I mean, it's that lap was 1/10 slower than last lap. What a terrible lap from Yawn. Meister comes across the line again, 4/10 down. It is looking like a one-horse race here today, as Colin does pit at the back, and Julian has caught up then to this battle. Atomic's not far behind as well. As Absinthe has pitted, so that is unleashed. Charifin and Busted. Now can Char start pulling away from Busted in the Renault. It's Honda powered Red Bull versus Renault powered, well, Renault. And has Char got anything? I mean, we've got 4 people in 4 different cars and 4 different engines battling it. That's quite funny. Julian obviously Mercedes, and the Haas with the Ferrari knockoffs. Battling it out here for the last of the points positions. Obviously still stop. We've got Noosa, who's currently up there in 6th. When he does stop, he'll drop back behind these guys. But he will then be on very quick tyres. Oh, I think when... Oh, so he stopped earlier. Okay, right. Apologies, I was talking to myself there. Absent did a lap on the softs to start with before he had that accident, then had to go on to mediums. Did another mediums. It's a shame he couldn't get onto another set of softs, but slightly out of that range at the moment, he thinks. I think he could have done it if he wanted to, because everyone else is going to be doing it effectively. But so Julian picks up a 3-second penalty moments ago. As it stands, he's only going to lose 1 place, but he's not going to gain anything from Charles. 3 second. And Busted is looking to make moves on Charles. He's all over the back end of him. Julian's all over the back end of Busted. Looking up front though, just Julian he's still hovering around that 1 second window to Meister. Just unable to bring it down where he needed and close up. Obviously this is the track where you need grip in the downforce department, and if you're getting too close, then you're not going to have as much grip. Too close to the car in front, you're not going to have as much grip. It's going to affect you in those corners, particularly the faster corners like here. If you don't have any front end grip, you just start, well, you just don't go anywhere really. Oh, Julian looking to try and find an overtake. Steve Camp picks up a 3-second, but that was who had the 5-second, which was Steve Camp. He has a 5-second stop go to his name. At the moment, it's not going to. Well, it's potentially going to cost him something. At the moment, nothing. But Sharp, Busted, Julian, and Atomic to the lesser extent, all batting out here for 8th. As Absence goes fastest on those fresh mediums down there. He may be in 13th, but he is flying. He's going to take Beaker quite quickly. Julian, that could end in tears. Nearly ends in tears. Julian Did he get any damage? Oh, they are so close. Juno, I think, survived that. He almost just got pincered up against the wall. There wasn't any room for him to make an overtake into there. He kind of put his car there and said, deal with it. Let's look further behind. Absinthe. He's not in a position to rotate, but it's just yet. Let's have a look back at Julian. He's not going to be going for it. Not yet anyway. Let's go back to Absinthe. Absinthe on Beaker. Fresh mediums versus old hards. Absinthe is looking. Beaker's going to have to go to the outside. Absinthe sends one down the inside. Oh, big collision! That is Absinthe sustaining huge amount of front wing damage there. Was there room left by Beaker? Was Absinthe entitled to that room? Only they will know. Obviously, they will each have their own opinions. Beaker definitely didn't leave in the space down the inside. It was Absinthe in the position to demand space. He's going to make a pit stop here again. And we'll see. He's going to have to come out on mediums, I reckon. Again. But you won't lose any places at the moment. Has he run out of mediums? He's had to go hards. He's done 2 stints on the mediums, 1 stint on the soft, so he's now changing on to hards. Let's go up to Fluffy Balls and Noosa. Noosa is hanging out ahead of Fluffy Balls at the moment, holding him up a little bit. Noosa just waiting for that time to pit. Oh, that's a bit of a slide there from Fluffy. And my telemetry app has told me something massively incorrect. It says Yawn hasn't pitted yet, but we all know he has. So Fluffy Balls and Noosa still going out. Fluffy Balls just lost a bit of time again. He's doing a lot of weaving now. Is this just? I've looked at his numbers, he's not lacking heat. Is he just getting frustrated as Julian pits? He's after a new nose cone there on that Mercedes. Bad news bears for him. He's going to come out on some fresh mediums and he's going to come out definitely behind Beaker. But ahead of Absinthe, so we'll see what he can do as this goes. Beaker, he's having a recovery after getting disqualified and picking up early damage. He's trying to recover and he might end up with a point. He might. It's not going to be easy, as Josh says it's not easy to keep on track and not pick up penalties. Picks up a 3 second to his name. Vivikamp actually has a lot of penalties now. I believe, I could be wrong, he has a 5 second stop go already and he's got 6 seconds of track penalties to go with it. That stop go will be served at the end, or added on at the end if he doesn't pit again before now and then. As a yellow in sector 2. Not entirely sure who that is, we'll find out in a moment. I believe it was... it could have been Absinthe actually, he's just lost a lot of time. 4 seconds. Beaker 3 second penalties, no, that's not what he wanted. If he wanted to get a chance of some points, getting a penalty like that is not the way to do it. But Fluffy Ball's still all over the back of Noosa. Noosa still to pit, 25 laps in on these mediums. He'll be coming in probably in the next couple of laps. Well, definitely within the next couple of laps. It is just when that green light is on his HUD. Shows it is pit stop window time for him. But is it time just yet for him to pit? Time will tell. Fluffy Balls just wishes he... Oh no, sorry, that's Fluffy Balls' pit window. This is got it as well. Fluffy Balls will be wishing he'd get out of the way so he can come past. But Noosa is under no obligation to get out of the way. And maybe Noosa was hoping to back these guys up into his teammate further back. Who's in 9th place, but it's not going to work out for him. Noosa does finally pit. So, soft tyres will be going on that Renault. Where is he going to come out? It's going to be around, probably just ahead of Beaker then. I'll stay with him as he's slowly out of the pit. Atomic goes through. Where is Beaker? Coming to the final corner now, so Noosa is going to be out ahead of Beaker on some softs. Now, can he make use of this? He's doing a good job in defending, very offline there. I think that's more of the common line through that area. But he's just ahead of Beaker, but Beaker will be not very happy on his tyres at this stage. He's done 25 laps on these hards. going to be looking to take these to the end, and it's going to be touch and go. I think he's going to have to, or he's going to stop for some softs in the next couple of laps. And Julian, I've just seen, set purple in all 3 sectors to set the fastest lap then of a 10.98. Considerably faster than anyone else. There's only one person who managed a 1.11, and that is the man behind him, Absinthe, as Colin has retired from the session. Unfortunately, he is out. Is that a pit lane retirement? Stumble with Anthony for the moment. Yeah, a pit lane retirement. You can see because he's gone to... oh! That's Julian. He must have clipped the wall then on the inside. He's put it into the wall on the other side. And that is a big off then for Julian. He's going to have to recover this car, hopefully before he gets retired, disqualified. But unfortunately now he's got to wait for cars to pass. He's going to have to go quickly. And he's back underway. And Absinthe is on the back end of it. So Julian Day has gone from bad to worse to absolutely terrible. He will be able to stop and put some softs on now though. But this is going to be a 4th pit stop then for him. And in he comes. Busted then in 8th place, still up there on the back of Char. Noosa is on a charge as well. Just gone fastest in sector 1, purple. Fastest that is. So we'll watch him charge. Just gained a whole second on Atomic in front of him in the 1st sector alone. And can keep an eye on those sector times. As we keep an eye on Busted, trying to move up to Char. He hasn't gone faster than sector 2, but still it's a pretty darn quick sector. And Busted still trying to get past Char. And Char is a good place to gain points here today. Let's go quickly see Noosa come out to the line to set. He didn't go fastest. He was quite far off it at the end of the day. He did 11.5. The fastest is 10.98, so over half a second off the fastest lap. But Beaker's going to be trying for that faster lap now. He's come in for a pit stop as kind of expected. And on the penalty front then, quickly, Yawn current. Ooh, Busted. That is damage on Busted's car. That is not what he wanted. Apologies, I've interrupted myself there. And that is going to really hinder him. Where is Atomic? He's close, but is he going to be close enough? Is Busted going to bring this in? Is he going to stay out with 9 laps left? What is Busted going to lose if he pits? He's going to lose 2 places. What's he going to lose if he doesn't pit? 2 places. Potentially more. I think he's got to realistically pit, hasn't he? Because he's not going to battle Char forever. He's going to stay out. He's going to try and hold off. Noosa is on the flyer behind him. He should have pitted this lap because Beaker as well will be on a flyer. Currently 11th. See how this works out for Busted. Was it the right call? We'll find out. We're on lap 30 of 39. But quickly back onto the penalties. Hopefully before... Oh, Dan, what's happened? Dan's lost it. That's down at the Nouvelle chicane. It's gone ball with Vivian as we come up to said corner. What's he done? Is he just plowed to the front wing? Front end? Yeah, you can see front left wheel is off that car. He's obviously smashed it in the wall on the left hand side. And that is Dan out of this race. What a shame. Ferrari man was looking good to score a decent amount of points, and is unfortunately not going to be scoring a decent amount of points, so he'll be scoring El Zulcho. As everyone will move up one, that's great news for Beaker. Beaker's actually going to gain a point here today. And if he can go for the fastest lap, which is Julian's just done, he might actually gain double points effectively, because he'll get that extra point from the bonus for the fastest lap. And he's gone. So Julian's just gone fastest. Beaker went purple in sector 1. I'll do a quick penalty rundown in a moment for you guys. Let's see, sector 2, what's his time? It's not purple, it's down by a fair bit actually. And he's going to be going for this. Absence of 3 second penalties. Good thing we've not done the penalty rundown just yet. Beaker coming towards that. Is he going to go fastest? It almost feels like a bit like qualifying. He does go fastest then. 10.7 and beating out Julian's 10.935. Julian's retired as well. Where is that? That's not a pit lane retirement because he had a very slow sector 1. Very slow. He did a 30-second sector 1. Most people are doing 19s. I'm still trying to bring you a penalty report. I'm still trying to find out what such as happened to Julian. We're on board with Anthony as he goes up Beau Rivage. We see a wreckage on the side of the road. I don't think he's going to gain the overtake this lap. This is the end of sector 1 and there's nowhere to be seen. But Julian is out of the race and we are down then to 12 drivers, and that is going to be good news for Pico actually, because that's one less person who could be taken an extra point. There's Julian DNF there. That's Portier. That's not a normal place to see DNFing, but he's done it there anyway as we go back on board with Noosa on the rear char. Let's just see if there's a move here, then no. So quickly, penalty rundown before anything else happens. Quick, current race leader Yawn with 3 seconds. Third place, Just Chilling with 3 seconds. FIFA Camp in 4th with 6 seconds and a possible, because I'm not 100% sure, a 5-second penalty as well for speeding in the pit lane. That will come at the end, so giving a total of 11. In 6th place, Triumphant is on 3. Then there is nothing until Bika in 10th on 3, followed by Absinthe and Anthony both on 3 seconds. So there we go. At the moment, as that penalty for Char is going to cost him 2 places, and possibly more if Atomic can catch up. But Noosa is the man at the moment. On the rear of Char, he's going to get an overtake here. Mode 5, soft tyres. Which way is he going to go? He's going to go no way and sit behind as we go up Beau Rivage. He's all over the back of him. He's just trying to find something, a spot to make a move. This is the type of corner that has a chance if you can get a good drive. He did get a good drive, but Triumphant got an equal drive, and Noosa can't do anything about it. But we've not talked about him for a while, but out front, Yawn has an 11.5 second lead over Meister. I just wonder if Meister forgot to learn this track earlier, because he's nowhere near the pace of Yawn. And that's not something I've been able to say this season. Oh, Noosa, he's going to try this through to back. That's not an easy place to overtake. Is he going to end in tears? It might. It's not over yet. He's dropped back in now. That could have ended terribly for those two. So back, it's not a place that you go for an overtake. There's a reason why. And it is just because it's not an easy place to go for it. Noosa now still on the back end of Char as we start lap 34 of 39. He's so desperate to get past. He doesn't need to get past the end of the day, but if he's staying behind in the dust, yeah, who knows what can happen. His tyres are going to be hurting towards the end. We'll see how he does. He's got busted behind, and if Atomic can step it up, Atomic might be within a shot of getting an extra place from Char's penalty. The 3 drivers right behind him haven't got anything to their name as yet. We still have a few laps to go, so who knows what can happen in that time. Further up, Philip has looking good at the moment in P4 with his 11 seconds of penalties. And Noosa still there on the back of Char. Look at that ERS. He needs to save that up. This section here, you can't overtake. Stick it in 0. You've got nothing. You can't do anything about it. Now you want to be looking to move up. He's burning off too much at the wrong time, and that's what's costing him. Look at Char. I mean, he's on 30%. He's sitting pretty. He knows where to dump it. Noosa is overly using it. He just needs to save it up. As we go up Beau Rivage then. 36 off 39 on the clock. Just Just keep saving it. Don't deploy any until you get to the tunnel, and after that, stick it back in. Oh, that's good. That's the problem with Monaco. Driver makes a mistake like that, you just think, I can't get past. It's going to work well though for Atomic. He's now 1.1 seconds off the back of this train, and that is going to give him another place, or give Char another place drop. And Bika is 7 seconds back. Bika does have a penalty as an name, but he is flying. And Noosa now needs to start saving up this ERS. Make Char deploy as much as possible. Make him burn everything off to defend. But Noosa is trying so hard. It is Renault followed by Renault. Now, this is where you deploy it on the home straight. There's like 2 places to deploy it, or 3 places. And the rest of it, you just want to save up where you can. And he's starting to save up a little bit now. And this, oh, okay. Is that a desync, or is that just Noosa just trying to drive through Char's car? Fortunately, you're all still facing the right way. He's still in mode 1. Get out of mode 1. Get into mode 0. You don't need it here. You're losing ERS because you're not putting it into mode 0. Look at this. Char knows how to use it. He's on 50-60% here. He's in mode 4 coming through this corner because he's got that extra to burn coming off it. Noosa's got nothing to burn because he keeps leaving in mode 1 at the wrong time. He needs to sort that out if he wants a chance of getting past. And he needs to get past a few laps ago. Just Chilling has gone in for his stop. He's come out and still ahead of Vivican. He's got that free pit stop. Going to look for that fastest lap. Let's go back aboard with them, Noosa and Char. Yellow in sector 1 and 2. And who caused that? There's Noosa overdone it though. He just burned through these tyres. We're on lap 37 to 39. He doesn't need to get past, but he's not helping himself in his battle because, yeah, well, we'll see. I mean, he may end up getting a 3-second penalty post on the last lap or something daft, and that's going to cost him. We see it all the time, people sitting behind going, I don't need to pass, it's fine. But all it takes is one small mistake and you're regressing in those words instantly. And to not get any penalties around a track like this is it's pretty darn good. Especially when you look at the Nouvelle Chicane as a place that's so easy to pick up penalties. Busted is looking to shape up his teammate, Noosa. Noosa's let him by, I believe. Ooh, wrong way. I want to say he let him by, but based on how they went into that corner, doesn't seem to be the case. But Noosa has let his teammate by, or at least has been taken by Busted. Busted now up to P7. And we'll be looking. Oh, Noosa just giving them all a little kiss there. He's going to come under pressure from Atomic. He's got no front right. Is that what's been causing all these issues? Has that only just happened? Has that been there a while? Oh, you would have thought I'd looked, wouldn't you? So Noosa front right damage on that car. Is that could be what's costing him any chance he had of getting past Char. He's going to come under a bit of pressure from Atomic as Strife is actually starting to pull away now from Busted, which is good for Char because he can now, if he gets far enough ahead, he might not lose too many places with that 3-second penalty at the end. Race leaders are on the final lap. Well, I was just Chilling. Yeah, here we go. I was about to say, Just Chilling's about to set the fastest lap, and he does it. So, Just Chilling getting that extra point to his name. Good for him. But it is looking like Yorn is going to take the win. He's in the tunnel at the moment. We're still on board with him. Hang on, Bika. He may have a 3-second penalty to his name, but he's done a mighty drive to catch up to the back of Atomic. And great drive then, Bika. Can he do anything? Noosa, there we go. 3-second penalty on the second last lap for them. It's final lap for the race leader. And that's what I was saying. Noosa should have tried to get past Buster when he could, but he hasn't. Yorn is going to come up to the line and take a massive win. Look at that, 15.8 seconds ahead. It's going to be 16 seconds by the time Maester gets there. He will have a 3-second penalty, but that is still an impressive drive then from Yorn to finish that far ahead of your championship rival. As there we go, so Maester comes across the line. Just seeing he's going to come up in a moment. He does have a 3-second penalty to his name, but it's not going to cost him anything. Just seeing comes across in P3. Fifthcamp is there. So let's have a quick look further back. Fifthcamp's going to come across in 4th. Noosa, Busted, Char still going at it. Where's Beaker and Atomic? I think they are going to finish as they are. Fifthcamp, there you go, 5-second penalty. He has P4 secured. Fifth is too far back to take advantage of that. And still on board. I don't know who to look at here. Is Noosa going to go for a crazy dive on his teammate? Are they going to swap things back? Noosa's got a 3-second penalty anyway, so he doesn't need to swap anything back. Noosa's going to lose out to Beaker. He's still going to get points, but he's going to drop back to P10. And Char comes across, then Busted. Busted gets the position. Atomic gets the position on Char as well. And Noosa actually ends up with P9. Obviously Beaker, so yeah, Beaker had a 3-second penalty, so he didn't lose that one as well. But there we go. Jorn is going to be taking top step of the podium. And funny enough, it's an all-Dutch podium here at the Dutch Racing Competition. Who would have thought? He recently got promoted out of the academy at Shazoo, and he's done it proud and stands top of the podium quite happily. And let's have a quick rundown then of those results. And there you go, confirmation. Jorn taking the win from Maester, just chilling. Vivian with an impressive recovery from 9th to 4th, and Fireballs in 5th. Busted with great recovery as well from him, 16th to 6th. That is a big gain, especially on a track like this. Taking advantage of people nudging the walls. Atomic getting 7th, followed by Char, Noosa, and Beaker running out in top 10. Beaker getting disqualified in the qualifying, coming back to at least get some points. Absinthe with a 5 pit stop race in 11th, followed by Anthony as the last of the finishers. DNF is then of Dan, Julian, Colin, Doctor, and Dow. And there we go. So thanks all for being here for the Dutch Racing Competition. I won't be here next week. I'm actually on holiday next week myself, so I will not be commentating. I believe, I could be wrong, it'll be back over to the Ragster for next week, when they will be in Canada. So thanks to everyone who's been here tonight. Hopefully you all enjoyed the race, and I shall see you next time.